Okay, character, yeah. Drunk a little bit, just kind of like, yeah. Did you break something? Oh my god! Oh. You okay? One more time, when you do it, I want you to imagine it's blasting off and you're watching it like that. Up. There you go.
I tried to get the background of that selfie.
Well, unfortunately, the joggers were not able to take home their apple pie. In other news, we have breaking news right now. There is an asteroid, no, a meteor coming towards planet Earth as we speak. Why do you sound like you have a hemorrhoid over there?
Because I do!
Oh.
Oh man, look at it, you got peanut butter on your face. Pow! 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 I like how the last one, my hat was like...
Yeah, it like popped up.
That's coming out good. Pow! It's simple. Apply today. Get your parents' credit card in $13.99 and the completed form to mail at the P.O. Box 352 Washington, D.C.
Did I tell you I was gonna be... Did I tell you I was gonna... I am, Tyler. Neil, did I tell you I'm gonna be an astronaut?
All this gasoline. What's up, guys, and welcome to the behind the scenes, and we're gonna go over a whole bunch of cool stuff we did with the production.
Yeah, so let's start with the Kickstarter. We actually created this for the first time, and the majority of it was going towards funding for the creation of the space pod. Definitely think the budget helped make it possible, and it was definitely successful.
Oh, definitely, because in the past we've tried to do videos, we had no budget, and we're just like, well, we want to do this, but we don't have enough money for it, so we'd cut it out. So we really wanted to go, if we were going to do this video, we decided we got to go all out. So we did the Kickstarter, did the whole campaign, got enough funding, we were able to build all our sets that we needed, we got to build our space prop, and I'm really happy that we had such a good experience with Kickstarter.
Me too, definitely worked. So talking about the concept, where it derived from was from a meme, as far as I'm told. Tyler, why don't you tell us about that?
So I saw this meme. It was a guy floating in outer space. It was an astronaut, and it said, that bitch wanted space, so I gave her space. So from that, we kind of built a whole story around it, because I was just like, wow, that's funny. I'd like to see a movie based on that. So
yeah, so it was about adding ideas to it and actually just trying to make it realistic or believable enough to just get somebody out into space.
Our original idea for Becky was to have her be this basic bitch on her phone with Ugg boots, just like unlikable, the most unlikable person ever. So you had to be like, fuck.
So you had to hate her. That was kind of the whole point. But we realized that started to change as soon as we started to film it and actually see Christy play Becky's character. It really just made the conflict between Neil and Becky more of a misunderstanding rather than Becky just being a real big bitch and Neil hating her.
For George's character, Jerry, my original envisionment of him was just this bro, just like a Starbucks bro. He's got a leather jacket on his phone, checking his emails. He's so important. Like, he is so important that he doesn't want to give Neil the attention, like, to put down the phone and look him in the eyes like, yep. He doesn't want to give him any of that because he's so wrapped up in his own bullshit. And
most people.
Exactly. And it kind of evolved into what Jerry is in the movie as it is now, just some guy that's wrapped up in social media.
And yeah, he's there just as a friend to listen to Neil sometimes, but mainly just to give him that one piece of information at the end to build his own space pod. That was the primary purpose of Jerry's character. George also played a second character. He played Roy, which was the infomercial guy. You might be familiar.
Yeah, so he's like this over the top. He's like a southern hick con artist. So really having him play that was the role George was born to play, because that's George in real life.
But your character, as Neil, you built your own space pod, but we didn't really show it too much. It was more of a subconscious idea of him writing the blueprint in the beginning intro of the film. But later on, it's revealed that after he picks up the pieces...
I'm kind of like picking up the pieces of my life, putting them together, figuring out what I want to do with my life.
It's the metaphor.
And really just moving on. It's the metaphor.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of go both ways just to see which is going to be better. Like,
so we'll do one take where it's kind of like...
We're going to do multiple. Like...
Talking about the music, the soundtrack was written by this guy.
Yep, so in the past we've always come through these conflicts where our videos get flagged for using copyrighted music, and I'm a musician, so I'm just like, well, you know what, we can avoid all this just by writing our own music.
Save us a big hassle there, yeah.
So we wrote all the music, we went for a grungy feel to match the grungy look of Neil and Jerry. They have beards, so it felt right. It's kind of like angsty, kind of grunge rock.
But there was still a variety. You did do other things like creating the infomercial, which had that
cartoony feel. And
also, from the very beginning,
yes,
We Belong by Pat Benatar.
Yeah, that was
we wanted to have that be played.
So bad. So bad. We have a theme. If you watch our other films, we always have like 80s female rocks in it.
But we wanted it to accompany the climactic point of the film where it starts to change, and you ended up just covering it and twisting it around a little bit.
Yep, making it instrumental, changing the tempo, and making certain parts go on longer than they did in the original part to match up with what you're seeing on screen.
This was our first film that we actually decided to use an external audio unit to record our dialogue separately and then match it up at the end. Before this, we needed someone extra special to help out.
Yep, so this time around we had Brian, who's just he's really good with audio. He went to school for it. He's really talented, and it allowed us to just focus on like our duties. Like, I'm acting, he's doing the filming, and like we could just breathe, like not have to worry about, oh shit, did I forget to do that. He was kind of served as not only the audio guy but production assistant too. He handled some of the lighting. He was able to, you know, make sure that things happened like that were supposed to happen. So he was a huge help.
Absolutely. Big thanks to you, Brian.
We love you, Brian.
And the beard. Let's talk about the beard.
The beard had
it dictated.
The beard had a death grip on our production schedule. All the beard shots had to get done before I could shave. And once I shaved and we forgot one of those shots, we were screwed.
There was no turning back. That's why we had to film it in sort of a chronological order.
Because the beard took months. I must have was growing it for 3 months, and I picked a terrible time. Don't grow beards in summer. It's really regrettable. But it looks good on camera. It shows character growth.
So the production, we actually did lose a little track of time trying to figure out how to construct the space pod. That we didn't even start filming until 2 months after we received our funding.
Yeah, because you don't realize how hard it is to build a space pod until you're sitting there like, well, how the hell am I going to build these shapes and make it look like a space pod? Because we wanted to use PVC pipe, but Lowe's only had like right angles. They didn't have like, we wanted like prism, polygon looking things.
Yeah, if you just take a look at the way it's made, the joints are too complex for any sort of normal consumer attachment for these.
So
PVC
we solved
pipes.
that problem with lots of duct tape and
duct
wires.
tape and cardboard wires.
I think we used string.
We used string.
That was our support. Like without,
it was kind of tipping over. Like
we had like one piece of string that was like holding the thing together. It was like this fragile thing. When I crawled in it, I was like, uh-oh, I touched the string. Is this whole thing gonna collapse on me?
But we wanted it to make it look like this was built in his backyard, and I think that definitely showed.
Yeah, a very DIY, earthy kind of feel. So we missed our completion date for Kickstarter. We thought it was going to be done in September, but it ended up going like a little bit into February.
It's still going as we speak.
At the time of this interview, we are still not done editing it.
It's 2015.
It's 2015. January. It's like almost mid-January. We're not done. So we're going to say we finished it in mid-February, early March. But that could be wrong. But we decided that, you know, instead of rushing to put this thing out, we were going to take our time and really focus on the quality of the video instead of like, oh, we have this deadline we got to meet. But I'm sure you guys are very understanding, and I think it's going to show.
In the end, absolutely. Yeah, and so talking about the process we're at now, just kind of editing and everything, there are some special effects in there. We really wanted to try to make this as practical as possible. So anything you see in there is we pre-thought about.
Yeah, we try to keep it down to just rotoscoping and just
green screen.
Green screen, small little visual effects. So when we were making the music, we had this one piece that was so beautiful.
That's right, and we couldn't fit it in. It was so emotional that we were trying to pair it up along with the space scene, like in outer space, and it didn't really fit.
At one point I started crying, and it was really, the tears were making my fingers slip, and I was hitting these notes in a way I've never hit them before, and it was just too beautiful for space. We were going for tones, and I accidentally wrote a whole symphony, and I think it was perfect for the behind the scenes. It's a little added bonus, something that didn't get put into it, but you get to see it.
Absolutely. So here's to you. Thank you.
Our gift to you. Thanks for supporting us, and enjoy. We're at Tyler's house.
You guys having a good time?
And we're making a screen song for his movie.
Can you stand over there? I'm trying to frame the shot. Get the fuck out of my way.
Because we're at his house and we're drinking beers. Drinking beers tastes so good when you're making a movie.
He's making a movie. He's making a movie. He's making a movie. He's making a movie. He's making a movie.
Sorry, I missed that.